In an article, Margot Robbie said she doesn't know when she'll play Harley Quinn again, and that she's ready to rest and take a break from the character. And, at least to me, it seems like she was implying also that she doesn't know when or if DC plans to use the character again in the movies. But let's get into this more deeply on Entertainment Weekly. She mentions the time she played the character before, like in Birds of Prey, and she's going to be playing Harley Quinn again, of course, in James Gunn's Suicide Squad in August. It was kind of back-to-back filming Birds and filming this, so I was kind of like, oof, I need a break from Harley because she's exhausting. I don't know when we're next going to see her. I'm just as intrigued as everyone else is. Now, when she says, I don't know when we're next going to see her, I'm just as intrigued as everyone else is, it sounds to me like she doesn't know when Warner Brothers is going to put Harley in another movie, and that it's not completely up to her. She was also surprised when Entertainment Weekly told her that Harley Quinn died in the future in the Snyder Cut, in the Nightmare sequence. I guess she hasn't seen the Snyder Cut, or if she did, she missed that part. That news prompted her to speak about the loose continuity DC's taken with its movies, which is similar in her opinion to how they do it in the comics. I guess it's kinda like in the comics. The film version of the DC universe, I actually think they're a lot like the comics. You pick up one comic and something's happening, and then you pick up the next comic and maybe that character's not alive, maybe that character's not with that person, maybe that character looks completely different. Each movie is its own sort of thing, and I think that works in the comic book world, and I think that works in the DC film world as well. It's not like Marvel where everything is more obviously linked in a more linear way. It feels like there's so many adjacent stories, worlds, and films happening at the same time, just like there are in the comics. So yeah, I didn't know that, but it doesn't necessarily change what other people are able to do with this universe, I don't think. What one director decides, I don't think dictates what another director might be able to pick up and do with the world and the characters, which is fun. I think that's an appealing aspect for directors in the DC world. They can make it their own, the way James did. James Gunn, of course. He didn't have to be beholden to the version that David Ayer set up in the first Suicide Squad. He could pick it up and make it his own, which I'm sure was more appealing for him. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if Margot Robbie knows a lot more about her Harley Quinn future than she's letting on here. Warner Brothers probably has a lot of plans for the character, but they're keeping quiet about it until after they see how James Gunn's Suicide Squad does. If it's successful, they're definitely going to use Harley Quinn in more things, and do another Suicide Squad sequel. James Gunn probably already has the idea for a sequel mapped out. He and Warner Brothers just aren't saying anything yet because they're in wait-and-see mode. They want to see how well the box office for this upcoming Suicide Squad is. Gunn's even said in the past he'd love to work with Margot Robbie again if he could. So honestly, I think Harley Quinn's future in the DCEU just depends on how much money Suicide Squad makes in the theaters and how many views it gets on HBO Max. Do you agree? Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please like it on YouTube and subscribe to the channel because I appreciate your viewership, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.